Yo, what is up guys, Koala here, and what I have for you today is a story about something that happened to me quite a long time ago, the time that I almost got arrested. Now, I asked you guys on Twitter if you guys like to hear the story about the time I got into my first fight, or the time that I almost got arrested. And you guys said you wanted to hear about the time I almost got arrested, so here you go. If you'd like to hear the story about the time I got into my first fight, please be sure to leave a like and a comment down below, and let's go ahead and get right into this story. Now, this story did not take place 1, 2, 3, or 4 years ago, but 5 years ago whenever I was in middle school. I'm a senior at the moment in high school, but this took place in middle school. Now, the middle school that I used to go to, there was a public library that was right across the street that was kind of like the hangout spot for all of the different groups in middle school. It's primarily a spot where me and my friends used to hang out. We used to hang outside in the front, and it had computers and stuff on the inside, and you can go in there and play games. And that was back in the day when we would all gather around the computer, watch Smosh videos and stuff. Yeah, I know it's pretty cringy now, but you know, it's whatever. And it was a pretty cool spot for all of us to go to after school, since we just got done taking tests and working all day. And we would just go and hang out. And basically, it wasn't us just hanging out there that was the problem that almost got me arrested. It was the fact that there was this librarian there. We used to call her Afro Bitch, so let's just go ahead and keep calling her Afro Bitch throughout the story. Basically, Afro Bitch was this chick. She had like short hair, and she had like a perm, and it just made it look like a fucking afro. So we called her Afro Bitch because Afro Bitch basically defined who she was, because she basically called the cops on us every single day. No, it's not like she missed a day. She literally had a schedule or some shit where she would call the police on us every single day. It was always the same cop every single day, and he would come down and he would just act like he's yelling at us, when in reality, he's literally just talking about how crazy the lady that was calling the cops on us was. The cop always ended up talking to her at the end and was saying, oh yeah, they said that they learned their lesson. I told them not to do it again, and they said that they understood. And she was like, all right, whatever, it's fine. Because, you know, she talked like that. She talked like a snarky little bitch. No offense to Afro Bitch or anything, but your name is Afro Bitch because, you know, you called the cops on us every single day. Almost got me arrested. Anyways, this was kind of towards the end of the year. It was kind of like the last week of school, and everyone kind of was starting to be a little bit more rambunctious, I guess you could say. That's a pretty colorful word, but everyone was kind of being a little bit more hyperactive since it was towards the last day of school. So apparently I was not there to witness this, but what I was told was some kid pulled a plant out of the ground, and they kind of started playing with the leaves, fighting with the leaves like they're fucking lightsabers. And coincidentally, Afro Bitch was standing in the window watching, like she always does, just creeping in the windowsill, just watching us, seeing if we fuck up so she can call the police on us. And she called the police on us almost instantly. Remember, at the time, I was inside watching a fucking Smosh video or something with my friends, because they had the new food fight video or whatever the fuck that just came out. So she calls the cops on the kids, and it's around the same exact time that me and my friends decided that we wanted to go outside and we wanted to chill outside and maybe go for a walk up and down the street or something. And she just looks at us like she's fucking pissed. I've honestly never seen that woman more mad in her life. We didn't know why until we got outside and we just saw that there was something pulled out of the ground. And now at the time, my friends who pulled the thing out of the ground are telling me that they pulled the thing out of the ground and they wanted me to come and check it out. They were playing because they were fucking fighting with swords or whatever. So I was like, all right, that's cool. I'll go ahead and get a leaf and we'll fucking fight with it. So a little bit later, cop pulls up and it's like usual, oh, fuck, the fucking Afro Bitch called the police on us again. And we're like, oh, god damn it. Well, looks like we're gonna have to go talk to this dude again. The dude's cool as fuck. Same bald police officer that came before. He's a really cool dude, and basically he came and he started talking to the lady before us. He didn't come up and talk to us first, because that's usually what he did. It was kind of weird, so we were kind of like a little bit suspicious about it, and we're like, hey, what's going on? Why isn't he coming over here to talk to us first? Because that's what he usually does, like, you know, just the usual thing. So she basically is just talking to him. It starts to get a little bit louder. She's crossing her arms in the old bitchy fashion that she usually did whenever she was mad at us. And she basically just pointed over to us, but she wasn't pointing at just us in general. She was pointing directly at me and staring directly at me. Now, at the time, I didn't realize this, but now I realized that the kid that pulled the plant out of the ground was wearing a blue collared shirt, and coincidentally I was also wearing a blue collared shirt. And I don't know. The lady was really old, so I guess she like mixed me up with the other kid and pointed directly at me and just thought that I was the kid that pulled it out of the ground. So Afro bitch continues to point at me and stare at me and say, oh, that's the kid over there. That's the kid that fucking pulled that plant out of the ground, because that's the spiritual plant. That'll kill all the things in fucking life. That's the plant to cure AIDS. Anyway, she was basically trying to make me sound like I was worse than fucking Darth Sidious, trying to make me sound like I'm a fucking villain. After her and the police officer are done talking, the cop comes over to me and basically asks me to step aside and basically tells all of my friends to go and step aside and go and sit down until everything's all set up. And the cop pulls me aside and he basically asks me, yo, what's up, man? You don't usually do this kind of stuff. And I was kind of confused, so I was like, what are you talking about? I didn't really do anything. I was inside the whole entire time. And so he basically tells me that Afro bitch said to him that I was the one pulling the plant out of the ground. I was trying to tell him, no, I did not pull it out of the ground. I was inside watching Smosh videos, I swear. And then he said, well, the librarian said that she saw you specifically pulling out of the ground. And I was just baffled, honestly. I didn't know what to say. I was just like, are you serious? Because I was inside the entire time watching videos on YouTube and playing fucking Team Tanks and whatever else we played in middle school, playing Club Penguin or whatever we were doing. And so at this point, Afro bitch had decided to fucking get her nose and everything, comes over and just starts fucking yelling at me. She just was yelling at me saying, oh, you're fucking tearing up the property, you're fucking tearing everything up. After fucking 4:50, you're supposed to be off the property, you're supposed to be on the sidewalk and a whole bunch of shit. And she was basically saying that I was trespassing, that I pulled the plant out of the ground because it was something because I fucking hated her or something, how we're always disrespecting her or some shit. And she was basically going on this big rant saying that I am basically the devil child or some shit and how I'm the worst child that there ever was to come to the library. And the cop was just sitting there trying to dispute it. He was trying to figure out what's right and what's wrong, who's the real culprit here. And the cop was just sitting there trying to figure out everything that was going on, trying to figure out who was right and who was wrong in the situation. And I guess he just came to the conclusion that since she called the cops on us every single day, he kind of just assumed that she was just trying to get us in trouble so we wouldn't be allowed at the library. So the cop just kind of pretended to yell at me and said, oh, I'm just gonna let you off with a warning. If you ever do it again, we'll be coming back here and we'll be putting you in handcuffs. And Afro bitch was all there smiling, hands crossed, acting like she was fucking tough shit when she was just a fucking bitch with an afro. And she was all happy about it. I already knew that the dude was just saying that to get her to like be happy or whatever so she doesn't have to keep bitching. And so as he was walking to the car, he got inside his car and he was like, please don't do that again. There are plenty of other things that cops could be doing nowadays other than coming and yelling at kids at a library. And so she was like, I'm sorry, officer. This stuff just happens. And he was like, all right, yeah, it's whatever. As you notice, the cop's voice changes throughout the entire thing, so it's Afro bitch, but you know, it's whatever. And so he hops in his car, and through the glass, I can just see him just look at me, wink, and then just nod. Like he fucking knew it was up. That dude is the man. He just let me go. He was like, yeah, whatever, this chick's crazy. Just like every other kid at the library thought that this chick was crazy because she was always the one that was ruining the fun. All the other librarians were cool there, by the way. It's not like every single librarian there was a bitch, just Afro bitch. And I'm pretty sure she ended up getting fired eventually. I actually heard that whenever I was a sophomore in high school that actually happened. So, but yeah, if you guys would like to hear about the first time that I got into my first fight, it's pretty interesting. I don't know whether I lost or won. It was kind of like an even match. That's always what the loser says. But if you guys would like to hear that story, please be sure to leave a like and a comment. If you guys thought my storytelling in this was okay, if you guys want to leave me some kind of feedback to let me know on how I can improve on my storytelling, how I can make it better, please be sure to leave the feedback down below. It really helps out a lot. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.